The music is pumping, the plasma is flying, and this boss looks well aggro. Hello everybody, my name's James, and this, match it up, is Infinity Party Battle. Our sponsor for the week. We do from time to time, we always tell you up front, stick around to the end of this video, and we will give you a wee code to give you lots of lovely stuff in this game if you choose to download it, which you can right now, free iPhone, iPad, and Android. What's the game all about, though? Well, as you've probably gathered, it's a kind of tower defense thing with a little bit more going on with it. So, I've got this team down the bottom here, right? I'm playing a cooperative match at the moment. There's a teammate up at the top of the screen there, and as you can see, enemies are spawning, traveling around us, and walking off the screen. Although they're not, are they? Because I won't let them, because my little force, my little group of characters who I'm spawning in using the little star points in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, they are doing a very good job of battling away. But I'm running out of space here. I've got no more room to drop anyone. What am I going to do? Well, I can take this character, drop them on top of that character, and combine them, creating an all-new character. Sometimes it levels them up and it just creates a upper tier version of the same character. So you'll see the colored disc beneath them change color. So for example, you've got this white one over here, you've got this green one over here, which is a higher tier, a pink one over here, a higher tier still. But what you ideally want to be doing is noticing, keeping an eye on when you got two of the same. Drag them over, bang. Now that green has gone to blue and they've changed into a different color. I've got two blues now, make that one a purple. Make sure that purple one doesn't have any other characters they can be combined with, and so on and so on. Then keep spawning more characters in to fill the gaps that you've created and generate more higher tier characters. All the while you're doing this, you're keeping an eye on the enemies that are running around the corner of the screen, and you're monitoring the mana points and the magic cards you have at the bottom. You can see I've got 3 cards there. They're kind of torpedo. Let's might as well fire it. There you go. And 2 others. And that's being drawn from a deck on the left-hand side of the screen there at the bottom. That's a deck I've created. There's 5 cards you can bring into battle with you in the same way that there's kind of a roster of 5 characters you can bring into battle with you each time. You can create different decks of both magic cards and characters. And what it means is you kind of always got your eye on at least 3 things at once. So while I'm trying to drop magic here and keep an eye on that, I'm also like, I've got this full up again. I need to see, right, here we go, bang. Those 2 need to be matched up. That creates a gap. I can now use my mana, or my magic points rather, to expend on spells, or use the star points in the bottom right hand to bring more people in. I've got 3 of these together. Let's bring those over and double them up. I've got just the 1 of those. I've got 2 of those, but no, they're different colored, so they can't be combined. I'm just tapping on each one, by the way, and it shows you how to combine them. You can also do it by eye, but I'll be honest, doing this and talking and keeping an eye on what's going on, all 3 things, without letting myself die, crash, and burn, it's quite tricky. So let's combine these 2 greens, and I now get a blue one, but now it's a blue one of a different color, different character rather. Combine those, and I've now got a pink one. The pink ones are good, very high tier. You can see my characters, my assistant up the top there, they've already got a bunch of gold. We've got a couple down the bottom. Let's have a look. Those 2 can go together. Easy. Come on, drag you in. There we are. Let's go over here. I'm going to go back to the home screen and show you at some point. We're up to wave 30. We're doing pretty well. We're not doing bad. There are bosses that keep appearing every so often. This is a boss right here. I'm going to use the tornado to blow them back. That gives us a little more chance to shoot at them. I can also use this ice freeze thing just to lock him in place for a bit. That's very nice. While that's happening, I better keep an eye on who I can combine. You 2 can go together. Let's create another gold. Beautiful. I'm going to take these 2 golds, put them together. Bang, we got ourselves a kind of orange. I'm going to assume that's very good. Let's launch some torpedoes. You obviously collect cards as you play through the game, and you can earn them through play. You collect points. I think there's only like 3 different currencies. It's not one of these ones that has 12, so it's much more manageable. There's even an NFT aspect for people who are into NFTs and like that kind of thing. You can actually buy NFTs which are magic cards, and then use those cards in your game as part of your deck if you want to. I haven't got any of those. I'm just playing it in a kind of standard way, but that option is there if you want, and auctions appear periodically that you can get involved in if you want to. Let's have a look again. Who else have we got? I'm sure I'm seeing some doubles here. There we go. Knew it. I'm tapping on each one, A, because it's a little bit easier for me, but also it kind of demonstrates to you, the viewer, what I'm looking at. And well, there you go. Loads of these guys to put together. Bang. There you are. Clear some space, make you appear, put you together. She's been stunned. That's not very good. Get another character out there. Lovely. 2 of these greens can come together. Bang, bang, bang. Some tower defense games, I feel like you sort of set them up, right? some of my favorite games actually, Kingdom Rush, things like that. You kind of set up the towers, and then you can sort of stand back a little bit, you know what I mean, and kind of watch it play out, and then do some maintenance and move around. This one, it's constant. It's like I cannot turn away for a second, because if you do, you're almost certainly gonna, you should have been doing something. Whatever you were doing, you should have been paying attention and doing something, because otherwise you are gonna fall quickly behind. And this is especially true of playing versus battles, where you, at the bottom of the screen, are playing against another character at the top, instead of being assisted by them, like I am now. We will dive into a versus match, and I'm sure you can watch me get my ass handed to me. But also, we'll show you what different decks are available and stuff like that, how it works. At the minute, I think I may be about to beat my personal record, which is kind of nice. It's when you start to get like incredibly high tier characters and everybody goes gold or orange, and then you're like, well, I'm infinite. I go forever. It is infinity party battle after all. Yeah, it does make sense. I'm starting to see why. Let's tie these in. Tower defense has always been one of those genres that feels super comfortable on a mobile device, because you are just sort of choosing a limited number of characters rather than trying to do like, hey, we'll do Civ 6, which you can get on iPad, I think. But rather than trying to do these games where it requires like huge, vast armies like stomping all over the screen, these games are much more like, no, you got a small group of characters and you just keep improving them. You keep like leveling them and building on top. I knew there was one I was missing. There you go. You two, go together. Thank you. Let's get someone else out. Get you two together. Thank you. Let's get someone else out. I've got all these star points I couldn't use because there were no gaps on the battlefield. Let's get you out. Can I put you together? Yes, I can. Brilliant. Let's stack you up. Let's get someone else out. Quick. Let's throw a tornado in there, because some of these guys are starting to look a little bit, they're lasting a little bit too long for my liking. You know what I mean? No. Yes! 2 pigs together to make a gorgeous gold. Obviously, the cost of troops goes up over time as well. This is lasting longer than I expected. I expected to be dead by now. Here comes the boss. Ooh. I'm tempted to kind of actually fold at this point and just get back to the menu screen so I can show you, but at the same time, I've done really well. Do I let them beat me? Will I? Right, so full disclosure, I just threw that game, which is not something I normally have to do. I normally die, but I was doing too well that time. Inevitably, the moment I press record, suddenly I start performing well. So here, because I want to show you before you go, this is the deck screen. So we've got my current deck, my individual characters who can be, of course, upgraded. If I want to spend a little bit of cash, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, drop some money, and you'll be able to improve their stats accordingly like that. I've also got a number of different decks I can use. So that's a deck I was using earlier on in the day. And here are the magic cards underneath. Likewise, you can switch between different decks. Here's the full rank roster of characters that I've created, plus some magic cards down the bottom there, and cards that may well appear later on in the day. Back on the home screen, you've got the NFT magic card auctions thing. So if I hit that, there's nothing up for auction at the minute, but they've already sold a few of these special magical cards that you can use in your hand if you want to. I was playing this party mode. You can see I'm down to 2 of 5 of the day's play, but this is the versus mode. So if you hit quick match here, this is a rank match. They match me up with somebody else and we go wading into battle, and no longer are we arm in arm. We are instead mortal, vicious enemies. And this is the bit where I usually get my butt handed to me. Now, if you want to download the game, it is currently available for iPhone, iPad, and Android free of charge. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to give you a little code if you download it. So if you use the gift code GOINFI, now that's GOINFI, you can also see it in the About section of this video, you will be able to, let me link it up, get some extra free stuff. It's different for everybody, so I can't tell you exactly what you will get, but you might get some cards, you might get some stuff, who knows. Go and give it a try if you choose to download it. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.